Hey everyone, I'm Brett, and welcome to Nightwood Guns. In today's video, we are looking at budget gun perfection. But at what cost? Now, the only reason I'm doing a video on this pistol is because it was very highly requested. It wasn't really something that was on my radar. This is the Tisas Duty Daddy 69, what is this called? The Tisas Duty B9R DS, DS standing for double stack. So essentially, this is a 5-inch government model, 1911, chambered in 9mm with that double stack 2011 style goodness, and it does take Staccato or STI or 2011 pattern magazines. Now in the past, I have had mixed experiences with Tisas, so in this video, we're going to look at the pros and the cons of this particular pistol, and we'll see how it held up throughout the review process. This was a 750 round review, my new minimum standard ever since the Canik MC9 crapped the bed at 750 rounds, and a big thank you to Buffalo Creek Ammunition for providing most of the ammo for this review. The guys at Buffalo Creek are patriotic Americans making high quality ammunition, and they have become my absolute #1 go-to for my training 9mm ammo. If you're new to the channel, the double stack 1911 is the style of pistol I run the most frequently, and I even carry a Bul Armory SAS-2 TAC every single day. Now, the biggest deal about the Tisas 9 DS is that it is made with all hammer forged parts. The entire gun, from small parts to the frame to the slide, it's all forged. Zero metal injection molding, which is impressive at the price point that starts out right now at release of 750 peppers, and that number is only going to go down the longer it is out. As far as the finish goes, the slide is a QPQ finish, which is a type of nitrocarburizing case hardening, and it is extremely corrosion resistant, and honestly, it's been wearing very well. It's not wearing nearly as much as the Prodigy that was all Cerakote. Speaking of Cerakote though, the frame and the small parts on the gun are Cerakote, but those don't see as much wear as a slide normally sees, so that was probably a good call. From the factory, it is direct cut for Holosun 507K, Holosun EPS and EPS carry, which of course is the RMSC footprint. So that's going to be all the optics designed for slimline guns, so this is the EPS carry, just to give you an idea of how it looks on the pistol. Something else impressive that for some reason not enough manufacturers are offering is they have an optic cut gun, and we're actually getting lower 1/3 co-witness sights. As if this wasn't enough of a value already, it comes with 2 Checkmate 2011 pattern magazines, which if you don't know, Checkmate makes the OEM Staccato mags. So you're essentially getting 2 Staccato mags with this pistol at this price point. Guys, I wasn't planning on buying this gun for the channel, but today's sponsor made it happen. You choose to defend yourself and your family with a firearm. But there are more threats out there than just violent and armed attackers, and they can still make your life an absolute nightmare. Thanks to Aura, in the link in the description below, there is a free way to start your journey on protecting your identity and your personal information. And you can get this free trial at aura.com/nightwoodguns. Before Aura, I Googled myself and was really unsettled with how much of my personal information was just Googleable. When I signed up for my free trial of Aura, I instantly saw all of the data brokers that they were opting me out of that had access to my name, my home address, my relatives, my health records, and so much more. It was insane. I also pretty much instantly stopped getting spam calls, spam emails, and spam texts. As if that wasn't enough, Aura is also giving you a VPN, identity theft insurance, and they're even giving you antivirus. And that's all on one account, on one app, and it is so simple and easy to use. In fact, that's my favorite thing about Aura. And with all of that, I'm genuinely shocked at how affordable it is, and that free trial makes it even sweeter. Aura is coming out swinging with this 14-day free trial that you can easily sign up for at aura.com/nightwoodguns. Not only do they offer a great service, they chose to sponsor a gun channel in a woke world. So let's show them some love. And now, thanks to Aura, back to the video. Now, while most 2011 style pistols have a bull barrel because having that extra weight out there at the end of the gun gives it a very smooth and flat recoil impulse, this one, in order to save a bit of money, we just have a standard bushing style barrel. Now, that being said, this 5-inch model, even though it doesn't have a bull barrel, still shoots incredibly soft, incredibly flat, has a great impulse. Is it a noticeable difference from a bull barrel? For me, yeah, but 90% of people aren't going to be able to tell a difference, and honestly, it's only a small difference. And of course, the coolest thing about the bushing barrel is you can do the Steven Seagal press check if you want to risk blowing your finger off. Needless to say, the shootability on this thing is unbelievable. My first shots through this thing, I was just running the price through my head while I was running rounds through the gun, and it just wasn't really connecting or computing. This thing runs. Soft impulse, flat shooting. This thing is sprung really well. It has a lighter recoil spring in there, and the return to zero is near perfect. Something else I love about this pistol is the trigger shoe that they went with. It is like a hybrid flat and curved trigger shoe. So it's curved at the top and at the bottom, but in the middle is flat, so you're getting consistent trigger finger placement. It goes right where you want it to, guides your finger into place, and you get that flat trigger feeling as well. The trigger on this thing is actually better than the trigger on my Prodigy. It is tuned better, and it's actually lighter. This comes in at just under 4.5 pounds. I would say that the trigger is better than my Prodigy. It is on par with a Staccato P, but the Bul Armory still has the better trigger. We also have an ambi safety on here, which is a nice feature to have at this price point. And getting to the actual grip and grip texture, first of all, they have the standard undercut that everybody is doing on the double stack 1911s, much appreciated. It saves you from getting that Glock knuckle on your middle finger. But we have checkering on the front strap and on the mainspring housing back here. It's not as sharp as I would like it to be, but it's definitely good enough. The texturing on the sides is definitely on the smooth side of things, but I can't really complain because when I was shooting it and gripping it properly, it wasn't slipping and sliding. It does only become an issue when your hands get wet, but for normal shooting under normal circumstances, the grip texture is adequate. Now, my number one compliment of this gun, and this actually genuinely impresses me, is they solved an issue that I've had with almost every single double stack 1911 or 2011 style pistol whenever I hand it to someone. So right here where the frame meets the grip module, there's this little part that pokes out and will actually stab people in the hand. It digs right into your support hand if you're cranking into it. And I've had people that aren't used to shooting these style of guns, they'll start loosening up their support hand while they're shooting because it's biting them a little bit. And on this cheap budget Tisas, they actually dehorned it, chopped it down, and rounded it off. I am thoroughly impressed because this is something that you don't even see on the, higher end 2011 pistols like the Bul Armory and the Staccato. Now the elephant in the room. This is a 1911 style pistol. It is double stack and it is cheap. How was the reliability? Well, I have to say, shockingly, the reliability was 100%. When I first got this and I tore it down, cleaned and oiled it, I'm feeling all of the sharp edges and the corners, and I'm like, man, this thing is just, I don't have a good feeling about this. But I oiled it up and the thing ran 100%, all 750 rounds, did not clean it through that entire period, and it just kept running. I have to say, this gun was truly a pleasant surprise and a great time out at the range. So if you've been around here for a while, you know on my channel I will do the positives and the negatives. So this is a cheap double stack 1911 style pistol. So what's the catch? Now I am going to start with the disclaimer, but there are some things to mention with this pistol. Well, first of all, it's hard to nitpick this gun at this price point because I could sit here and start tearing it apart and be, the grip texture is too smooth. The front sight could be fiber optic instead of a white dot. I wish the slide serrations were a little bit grippier. I wish it had a bull barrel instead of a bushing barrel. I wish that it was cut for an RMR instead of the RMSC, with a plate adapter on there so I could put a Holosun 507 comp on. But those just aren't fair criticisms at this price point, and for a couple hundred clams more, you can get yourself the Mac model, which comes with a magwell, comes RMR ready, comes with the bull barrel. So this is just the bare bones, stripped down model that is only the things that you absolutely need on a double stack 1911 pistol, and because of that, it's just not fair to nitpick. At the end of the day, it goes bang and it shoots really well, and honestly, the features that you're getting at this price point go above and beyond. This gun delivers. All of that being said, when I look at the pistol, there's only one thing that I look at and I'm like, yeah, this is just bad. And that's going to be the ambi side safety. So the right side of the gun, you're shooting left-handed. The safety is so sharp where you grip it, the thing is just guaranteed going to bite you if you're riding your thumb on the safety while shooting it, which is of course the recommended technique for shooting 1911 style pistols. It is super uncomfortable, super sharp. So if I were going to spend more time behind this gun, the one thing I would change, I'd swap out the safety. Other than that, I have had mixed results with Tisas quality in the past. Some have run, some haven't run, but SDS Imports always takes care of it. They have a couple of very talented gunsmiths here in the US that can get you up and running, and if they can't, they'll just send you a brand new gun. But I'm not going to sit here and be delusional and say, this gun, just as good as a Staccato, just as good as a Bul Armory. That's delulu, as the kids are saying. This thing is a bit of a rattle can. It does have sloppy slide-to-frame fit, which again at this price point can't beat it up for if it runs reliably. Had no issues with accuracy. When I zeroed the red dot, I benched it and just cut in one-hole groups with it. But you can't buy a Honda CR-V, rip off the emblem, put a Maserati emblem on there, and say it's just as good. Does it get you from A to B reliably for the price? Absolutely, but it's lacking a lot of the quality of life features, the superior fit and finish that the higher end double stack 1911s have to offer. Never in my life did I think I would see a double stack 1911 at this price point run this well with this many features. It is not a substitute for the nicer guns, but it is a dream entry point for the double stack 1911 game. As we wrap up the negatives here, there is one final thing that I have to mention, and that is this firearm is manufactured in Turkey. If you have no political hangups about the country of Turkey, you understand that Tisas may not have the most consistent quality control, and it's painful to shoot it left-handed unless you swap out the safety. Objectively speaking, this is hands down the best budget entry point for double stack 1911s. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit that thumbs up like button, leave a comment down below, and let me know if you would consider buying a Tisas double stack 9, or if you already own some Tisas, let me know what you think. And most importantly, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. The more subscribers I have here, the bigger and better things that I can do. In the links in the description below, you can find all of the cool ways to support my channel, along with my Patreon and my books on Amazon. Love my patrons, appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for your support, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Brett, and this was Nightwood Guns. Nightwood out.